Hi everyone, my name is Mamie and I am so excited to be joining you all this summer for a series of videos on self-care. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely love self-care, and self-care means a lot of different things to different people, but for me it just means taking care of my mind and my body, and that could mean working out, eating right. But one of the ways that I like to take care of my mind and my body is by journaling. Now, the fun thing about journaling is that there are absolutely no rules. So journaling is really just a space where you get to write down your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and really just recap your day. So one of the things that I like to do when I am journaling is, first and foremost, is find a notebook that I would want to write in. So that just means finding a notebook that is really pretty to me, really attractive. It could mean decorating your own notebook, but these are a couple of my old journals. Clearly you might see a theme here. I like flowers on my notebooks, but I like to find notebooks that have pretty designs on them. This is the one that I'm currently using. Again, flowers seems to be a theme for me, but essentially finding a notebook that you're going to enjoy writing in. This notebook is just one that I picked up at the store. It's nothing special. You could even use the black and white notebooks that you take to school, or just the other type of spiral notebooks that you use in school. Those are fine as well. You don't have to get anything super fancy or expensive. Just use whatever you have. Any notebook or just plain paper will do as well. So this is the journal I'm currently writing right now. These are some of my older ones. And another thing that I enjoy doing when I am writing in my journals, which really just helps ramp up my self-care, is using different colored pens. So pink and light blues tend to be like my favorite colors to write in, but writing in different colored pens just adds like a different level of excitement for me. So I love to grab colored pens. If you don't have colored pens, you can use markers, you can use colored pencils, or you can just use a regular pencil. Whatever you have on hand, it doesn't need to be extra fancy. You just want something that you're going to enjoy writing in. So if that means getting a really sharp pencil, go ahead and get a really sharp pencil. Anything that you know that you will really enjoy writing in. So like I mentioned, there are no rules. So one of the things that I tend to do when I journal is not write in the lines. I tend to not write in the lines. I tend to really just scribble across the page, let my pen roam. So I'm going to try to find a page here where I can show you what I mean. I just started using this notebook, so it's not as full as my other one, but I'm gonna find a page where I can show you what I mean about me not necessarily writing in between the lines. Okay, so for example, you'll see here that I wrote the word happy, and I wrote the word happy in bubble letters, and then I decorated it with stripes and dots and hearts, and that's just one of the ways that I like to express myself. So I tend to write the date on the top of the page so I can remember where I was during that time. So during this particular time, I was feeling particularly happy, so I wanted to capture that in my journal by drawing out the word happy in bubble letters and decorating it. So you can draw in your journal, you can write lists in your journal. As you can see in my journal, I like to write in different colored pens. So here you'll see pink, you'll see the light blue that I talked about. So you can write as little or as much as you would like in your journal. Don't worry about writing in between the lines. Don't worry about being super neat. This is really just a time for you to take care of yourself and just write down how you're feeling, how your day went. Another cool thing that I've been doing as a form of journaling is I received this gift a while ago and I never really opened it, but it is a 5-year journal. And I, for whatever reason, never really picked it up, but I picked it up during quarantine as I was doing some cleaning, which is another form of self-care, really cleaning up your space and making sure there's not clutter. But I was cleaning and I found this journal. So this is a journal that spans over 5 years, and on the top of every page there is a question. So this is January. I started it during quarantine, so I didn't get to start writing in January. But for example, on January 3rd, the question is, what are you reading right now? And every year on January 3rd, I will answer that question. And it's going to be a really cool way for me to essentially go back and see what I was reading at the top of the year and see how much my interests in books possibly have changed. Now, if you don't have a 5-year journal or a multi-year journal like this, you can totally make it on your own. So all you'll need is a regular notebook like this, and what you'll do is write the question across the top. If you want to do it for 3 years, you'll divide your page in 3 sections. If you want to do it for 5 years, you can divide your page into 5 sections, and then you'll essentially every year answer that question. You'll want to get a notebook that has at least 365 pages so that you can have a page for every year. But just write a question. You can Google a list of questions, write the question across the top, and then every year you'll answer it. So I've really been enjoying answering the questions every single day. I tend to do it either right when I wake up, or if I forget, right before I go to bed. So the questions are really cool. They're really random. So one of the questions on February 13th is, what's your favorite question to ask people? So on February 13th, I'm going to answer this question, and then the next year I'll answer the same question, and I'll get to see, is my question the same? Is my question different? And it really just is a way for you to see how you change over a course of a select period of time. So I hope that my tips and tricks and suggestions on journaling was helpful, and that during your summer break and during quarantine that you pick up a notebook, any notebook, pick up a writing utensil, any writing utensil, and begin journaling. Happy journaling, everyone. Bye.